Parallax, where we look at life from how we work. What do the Hebrew language, the Air Force, meditation, yarn dyeing, and blogging, multiple sclerosis all have in common? This lady right here. Joined with Renaissance woman Sarah Eyre. She is the blogger at
onmytiptoes.com.
And prior to onmytiptoes.com, she was an 8-year term person in the Air Force. Let's start there and go forward in time. What were you doing in the Air Force?
I was a cryptologic linguist, airborne.
Define that for us, because I don't understand what that means.
Nobody does. It's a kind of nonsense name for what I used to do. I was a translator, trained by the service. They taught me first Hebrew, which is amazing. It's a really fascinating language. They taught me modern Hebrew as opposed to what the Bible was written in. But no one cares about what happens in Israel because they're our allies. So I asked for a new language, and I submitted a bunch of suggestions for things that were more intriguing. And
Such as what?
I mainly asked for what I consider the big languages. Arabic, Chinese, Hindi, Urdu. Those were the big ones that I wanted. And then 9/11 happened. While I had been given kind of tentative, hooray, we'll give you Hindi, Urdu eventually, that happened and they just very quickly, like, hooray, there you go. You are going to DC to learn this language.
Sarah, you left the military in 2006. Why'd you roll?
I was med boarded out. That's the word for it. Yeah, I was medically retired. That's how you put it.
Okay. Why were you medically retired?
At the time, I had a collection of symptoms that we later discovered was MS.
Tell me a little bit about cephalopod yarns, when you started it, and the kind of work that you were doing.
So first, I actually had a joint company with a friend. We did that for about 2 years, and then I did cephalopod yarns. It was the same idea. But I did that with her, and then I went solo for cephalopod yarns.
So tell me what goes into the process of dyeing yarn.
In order to dye yarn, you need a couple of things. It's really basic. You need heat, acid, wool, and dye. So you get the water boiling, you're going to add your color, you're going to add your acid, and you're going to add your yarn. Whatever order you do that in is going to be instrumental in your end result. But there are about 1 billion ways in which you do that.
Where does it go after this? You have resellers that you sell it to, or?
We were selling online primarily. We did really large trunk shows and trade shows. We did a bunch of cross-country trips. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I have MS, and heat is terrible, and actually a lot of physicality is terrible. And we were working in a non-temperature controlled environment, and I just kept getting sicker. I had been told upon diagnosis that I shouldn't be doing what I was doing, and I just didn't want to listen. And that was 2009. By 2014, I had just gotten so sick. I would love to be dying, absolutely. I would love to be doing that again, but this body won't allow it.
Talk about being at the mercy of something outside yourself and yet inside yourself at the same time.
So I'm a Buddhist, and we have this concept of surrender. The world is an enormous and terrifying place. There are things that are just much bigger than us, and you have to acknowledge that and let it be and let it happen. There's also a lot of peace in that. The world is an enormous and terrifying place. I mean, this is it. This is what I have. This is the way it's going to be. I didn't expect any of this. I mean, I walked in 1997 and said, wow, the job market really sucks and I can't afford college. I got to go to some really amazing places. I got to meet some really amazing people. I got to do some really astounding stuff. I ended up with MS. That really sucks. But I'm doing this now. And it's good. It's good. It's not 100% what I wanted to do. Nobody gets 100% what they want. The world is a big and terrifying place. It's okay.
Thank you so much for coming on Parallax and talking with us. Sarah Eyre can be found at onmytiptoes.com. And thanks a lot for coming. We'll catch you next time. In the meanwhile, keep it between the white line and the dishes.